Hello and welcome back to another episode in the journey. Today we are hitting the weigh-in. I promised you that yesterday that we missed it out on yesterday, and we're going to do it today. I promise we're going to do that in just a second. But before we do, just want to start out this video by just talking through a little bit of the weigh-in thoughts and where we're sitting, just to wrap up the thoughts from yesterday's video and kind of hinting at what's to come in the weigh-in. So we did not see the change I was necessarily going for, which we'll get to in a second. But I'm also not surprised with loading up on creatine and also not having some of the best decisions over the weekend. So there's that. And before I just start talking too much about the details, I'll leave past me to talk through the weigh-in and what things look like. I give a little bit of analysis on that. But after we go through that, I'm going to bring you to present me again to go a little deeper into the numbers and give some of my thoughts on everything. So without further ado, past me, take it away.
Hello, and welcome to the Week 7 weigh-in. We just jumped on the scale and got some interesting numbers to walk through on this one. So we are sitting at 310.8, which is 0.4 pounds heavier than we were last week. But the numbers are a little interesting. Like I've been mentioning, I've been taking creatine, so I feel skinnier and I feel thinner than I was a week ago. But the scale's saying otherwise. So that's where we can jump over to our measurements, and I already took them just to save the awkwardness of me trying to measure. So from last week, chest is down from 52 inches to 50.5 inches, so an inch and a half. Our biceps are the same. Stomach is down 1 inch from 57 to 56, and thighs are down from 32 inches to 30 inches. So all in all, the numbers on there are down. My scale, however, is pretty much saying everything's the same. I just have a tiny bit more fat, which is interesting to me because I think it's just water weight with the creatine. So that's the weigh-in, and that's what it's looking like today. That's where we're sitting at. Hopefully, throughout this week, since we've added that water weight, which I think it is, that we will start losing pounds from there in terms of fat. But I do feel thinner in general. So yeah, that's the weigh-in for today. I'll send it back over to me to talk a little bit more about those numbers and just a little elaboration on my thoughts. But
Thank you, past Ian, for going over the numbers, going through everything. I know I didn't do measurements on camera this time. I felt like it was just really weird last time. It felt a little awkward of how I was doing it because I wasn't really good at it. Excuse me, so I want to do that off camera. But without further ado, like I said, let's go into the details and the numbers. So obviously, we didn't lose weight. We gained about 0.4 pounds, which isn't ideal in a weight loss journey. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm not super surprised in that fact due to loading up on creatine and the decisions I've made. So looking at the numbers directly compared to, actually I can just compare it to our last weigh-in. So the last weigh-in was on the 17th, which was 310.4, and that had 41.4 BMI in that. This one had a 42.2 BMI, 41.2 BMI, not 42.2. That'd be bad. So we went up a little bit on our BMI and our body fat, about 0.2 on the body fat, 0.1 on the BMI, which isn't ideal, and then 0.4 pounds in total. However, I do feel like my scale isn't totally accurate. Going off of mostly I know, like I was expecting this and these reasons, so there's that. And it also tells me that my body water percentage went up from 41.2 to 44.8. So we went up a bit in the body water percentage, a considerable amount actually. So we had that come in. So that was the numbers for today. And yeah, so just looking at that and giving my thoughts on everything. Obviously, when you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to see the scale go up ever. I'm not happy with it, and I'm not going to just bring the excuse of creatine because I know that doesn't make up for the bad decisions or bad habits I reinforced last week. So I just want to touch on that and say, yeah, like lessons learned. Don't, like, I don't know, I just wasn't happy with how I handled things in a couple of the days, which is what it is. But I'm also like, I don't know, I'm kind of lost to say. Like, I feel like I'm doing the right things, but not seeing the numbers, and I know how to fix these things and how to move forward, but it's getting in my head a little bit, and it's kind of annoying. But hoping that come this week, now that we're in that, like the schedule's moving towards like that type of thing. Like I'm on the creatine, I'm doing everything the same as I was last week. That we start seeing loss from there, and if not, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I am adding a little bit to the workout and what that day looks like on the nicer days, so which I'll get to in a second. But yeah, I mean that's just my overall thoughts on weigh in and going a little up. Obviously, not a fan, but it is what it is. We can only move on to next week. So, getting into today, I was up nice and early, around 8, because I had to record the weigh in this morning and then go to the gym. I got there at 9 and was there with a buddy. Today was push day, as always. So, I went through push day and that whole routine. So, starting off as always on the pec deck and then moving over to incline bench and then shoulder press, which that combo of incline bench into shoulder press, my shoulders are dead after that. And I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow because I definitely felt it today. So very tiring after those. And then from there, moving on to tricep push downs. And yeah, so I feel like I stopped there for today. I just want to make sure I'm. No, I didn't. So we did tricep push downs for today, and then we moved over to the dual cables and hit some more chest as well. So like top down and then bottom up to hit both parts of your chest, which is something I haven't done yet in this journey in this video series, but it's a workout that I always enjoy to do because I feel like I feel it the most. Like I've always been talking about, I feel cables a lot more than I feel dumbbells, and being able to feel the chest pump and the chest burn on a day like that was the goal. And then after that, moved over to a little skull crusher action on the cables with a rope to wrap up the day. So we did two of each, adding one more chest workout in there. So that was today in terms of the workout. And I know I said I was adding more. I'll get to that in just a second. But after that, we wrapped up with our 30 minutes of cardio, 7.5 incline, 2.5 speed, you know, the routine in that, and then over to the sauna for a bit. And we were done out of the gym to work by around 11:30 today, and then I ate. So I had one of my protein banana bread slices and one of the meal preps I made for the breakfast burritos. So getting in, I want to say, what, 500 calories, if that. Um, Actually, let me do the math. Yeah, around 500 calories and 40 something grams of protein to start the day, and that was my food for a while. And then after that, did some work for a few hours, and then around 5:15, went over and played some tennis for, I want to say, an hour, hour and a half. Was playing tennis with some coworkers, which I feel like the weather was finally nice today, hence why we did that. And I feel like it was a really good get moving, keep moving, go outside, and get my body moving. Because I feel like one of the things I've been struggling with is, yes, I'll go to the gym at the beginning of the day, and then I like sit around a lot. I'm not moving my body as much as I can be, which is where I can see myself not having the results I want, of just not being mobile enough. And I've set a goal to make sure I'm hitting a good amount of steps per day. I'd like to make the goal 10,000 steps, but that's a lot of steps. I'm trying to look at what I was at today. So today, we hit 10,006 steps, so barely over that mark. And I want to say last week we were averaging a little over 8,500 to 9,000 steps per day. So if I can keep that up and keep a good amount of steps going, I feel like trying to hit a 10,000 step goal would be ideal. And we'll look at what that process looks like there. Um, so that was it for tennis, and then had a little more work until around 10. Got home 10:30. No, sorry, 10:15, and then ate again. Had another slice of the banana bread, and then two little chicken wraps. Same thing I went over last night. It's just 60-calorie tortilla with some chicken, avocado mayo, and hot sauce, and a pickle. So a few hundred calories there and a good bit of protein. So overall, hitting our calorie goal, hitting a really good amount of protein. And I feel like I'm getting a lot of protein in, but I feel like I could be getting more here and there, but I'm not too sure where I should be going with that exactly. But yeah, that wrapped up what today looked like and just how I'm feeling. Like right now, I'm exhausted. I don't know if it comes across on camera as well as it is in my brain, but I'm so tired, and I attribute that a lot to tennis. I mean, running around for that long. Granted, I had breaks here and there. We were playing, there were three of us, so we trade off for some of the singles matches, but I am going to put my head on that pillow and knock out tonight, which I'm really looking forward to. So there is that. But one thing I've been thinking about trying and thinking about doing is 75 hard. If nobody's ever heard of it, it's it's 75 hard for a reason. It's a pain in the butt. So the gist of it is two workouts a day, one inside, one outside, at least 45 minutes each. You have to read 10 pages of a book, no alcohol, stay on a strict diet, etc. And you have to do that for 75 days in a row without missing one. That's going to be so hard. Like, I understand the journey and the frustration and the difficulty of it, but there's a lot of the stuff in there that I like to do. Like, I don't love going outside on a crappy day and working out. I don't love the idea of not drinking because it's a way I spend a lot of time with friends. Granted, I'm not saying I need alcohol to enable my social life. That's a problem, but like it's just like a common thing to like go out with buddies and like let's have a drink or two and just hang out, talk, whatever. Especially when I have conferences here and there and I see friends I haven't seen in a while, and it's always like I don't know, just the vibe, I guess, to just have a couple of drinks. So I'm not exactly sure where I sit on that. I might wait a week and start after that because I have a friend's birthday on this Saturday, and the next weekend we have an event down in Myrtle Beach with a lot of friends. So maybe after these 2 weeks, getting into that and seeing what that looks like. But honestly, not sure of where we're gonna sit there. But yeah, those are just some of my general thoughts on what I should do. If anybody has any recommendations, please do leave them in the comments. I always appreciate reading through those and seeing your inputs. So that is there as well. But yeah, tomorrow I don't have to go into work. Tomorrow's a bit of a day off. I'm going to be working from home. So I do have time to go in the gym. I might sleep in a little more, depending on how I'm feeling. Like I said, I'm exhausted and it's almost 11, so I'd like to get into bed as soon as possible. But I have to edit this. I have to edit the short for to go out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. So we have all that yet to do. But tomorrow will be our leg day. Ugh. I'm not feeling leg day tomorrow, but hopefully we are tomorrow. But we'll see where that leads us. And yeah, as always, I appreciate all the support, everybody watching. I appreciate all the comments, all the likes, etc. It means the world to me. And as always, do better tomorrow. Be a better version of yourself tomorrow. Make tomorrow you look back on past you and realize how much better of a person they are. So there's that. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.